sorry, I'm late. So I thought I would start this vlog a little different. I'm going to ask you a question, and you just tell me your first memory.
Okay.
The first time you remember being in front of the camera professionally, or how far back can you remember, just as a first time on camera?
I remember doing bits for the Wowzies, which was the kids television show.
We try something new and take a photograph of you. Oh, so much of what we do, it happens in our house.
I remember a couple things. I remember being on camera for a couple of the music videos that we did for that,
right?
The music segments. I also remember doing a horrible kazoo rendition of the theme song for the Wowzies, where after I was done and I was feeling proud, you said to me, I don't think that was anything close to that.
It wasn't going to make the cut?
No.
How old were you?
I was probably 6 or 7.
Oh, brutal. I'm sorry. Oh, that didn't scar you. Obviously it didn't deter you.
Well, I remember it, so...
Yeah. Yeah, that, you actually spent a lot of time on set on that.
I did. I also remember the money song. I think in the video too, you can see me glancing down at Andrea, who was puppeting Sally.
2 dimes a nickel make a
quarter,
and 4 quarters make a
dollar,
and a dollar is 100 cents each time.
faster!
1 penny, 2 penny, 3 pennies, 4 pennies, 5 pennies make up
Nickel,
6 pennies, 7 pennies, 8 pennies, 9 pennies, 10 pennies make up
dime.
In fact, not only were you in it, but then after we shot the pilot, then everybody in your grade, I mean, it wasn't everybody, but, you know, just tons of the kids from your school were in that.
Oh yeah, even people who bullied me in elementary school were in it. It was, yeah, but a lot of really long-term family friends were in it as well. So I have good memories of doing that with them too.
This was probably, no, it was pre-YouTube. There was internet, so I had to go online, and there was a guy selling videos on how to make Sesame Street type puppets.
Yeah.
So
I remember you also bought a book. It was like a big book with pictures in it on steps. I remember looking through that. I also remember, and I don't know if it was the same time or prior, but you had the Jim Henson book as well.
No strings attached.
Yeah. Really scary imagery that also dealt into animatronics and stuff, but that was probably one of my first glimpses into filmmaking in general, is the behind the scenes of what goes into King Kong, or, you know...
Yeah, what was the film that was not Finding Neverland? Was it called Neverland? What was the Jim Henson film that had all the not elves, but
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, yeah.
Yeah.
Where good and evil struggle to possess the Dark Crystal.
There's a lot of scary imagery in it, that I can still picture.
So I made the puppets, and then my business partner at the time was a composer, and he started doing music for it. And our company at that time was doing pretty well, so we decided to shoot 3, I think it was 3 half hours was the plan. We'll put out do 3 half hours, and we'll put them out in home video, because I mean, there was no Netflix, there was no Amazon then. This was 2000. How old have you been? Maybe 2003, 2004?
Right around that time. It would have been 2002 to 3.
Yeah. So we shot those first 3 half hours, and we started shopping it around, but we got nowhere. But my old business partner, Les Brown, had done a series of high-speed chase shows, and one of the agents at Endeavor represented those shows and sold them foreign. And his name was Lance Klein, and Les, without me knowing, sent him the DVD, and I get a call, and he goes, you know, hi, this is Lance from Endeavor. And now, at that time, I knew Endeavor and William Morris and CAA, but we weren't playing in that realm. That wasn't, you know, we were just looking for a home video deal. And so he said, yeah, can you come in tomorrow to the office? And we're like, sure. So we went in, and he just laid it out. He's like, here's what I think we should do. I think we should send you to meet with Disney, to Nickelodeon, to PBS, and there was one other big player at the time in kids television. And the weirdest part about, you know, when you go into a big company like Endeavor, when you're in a meeting, the assistant's always listening, and the assistant will make things happen really quick. So while we're talking, he goes, you know, I think MGM might be good for this. And he didn't say more than 2 sentences, And the next thing you know, the head of MGM Home Video is on the phone with him. It was amazing how quick that level of agent can make things happen.
Michael Ovitz' book, Who is Michael Ovitz?
Yeah.
Especially the assistants, you know, working with them and everything, that things happen so fast on a scale that is really hard to grasp.
Yeah, that's true. So he did, you know, he sent us to meet with everybody. We went to New York, we went to Virginia to meet with PBS. And the story that we got from everyone, so here's the problem about also not knowing your market before you make a film, is I grew up with Sesame Street. And so in our show, we had a bunch of different characters that each sort of had a different thing. One was math, one was science, one was reading. And we get to all these big meetings and they're like, oh no, we want one character. We wanted Dora.
Let's get started on our adventure to the library!
The sort of sad reality that we found out was kids' TV was about selling backpacks and toothbrushes and coloring books. And the show was just an end to the means to generate that money.
There's definitely, I think, an art to filmmaking. I don't think that merchandise or the sales of merchandise really affects that. I think if you make something that people like enough, then you'd be lucky that people want to buy, you know, toys and things like that. Like George Lucas hit the gold mine when he made Star Wars. He made a great movie, but he made a multi-billion-dollar toy company at the same time. Because I definitely think the later films were geared a lot towards toy sales and things like that.
All right, so I don't know, how do we sign off a segment like this? What was the one you used the other day? Baba Booyah.
Baba Booyah to you all.
Well, that's it for tonight. Want to tell you you've been a good group, and that we're sure our next month here on the island is going to be just too much. Thanks. Good night.